There's also something about you being able to kind of find yourself again, or your way back to yourself again, through this like Knight of Cups energy that I was talking about, which is, I'm seeing this as like your ability to actually come through vulnerably with something, which would be like you extending that invitation. That's the thing here, that you maybe lost sight of like working on in yourself. So the shadow work and seek healing. If anything, that whiplash maybe I was thinking of, it's like you may not even know that you kind of gave up on your own healing journey here because you're focused on them, right? And so in whiplash, it's like that teacher, they didn't make it, so they see this Knight of Wands here trying to, and so it's like, all right, well, I'll pour all my energy into helping this person and achieving them and building them up so that they can do this. They see that you're doing that, and so they're committing to that. But at the end of the day, you guys are losing sight. Like, what is the goal here? Because you're feeding off of each other, and it's like somebody's got to slow this down so we can remember who we are. I also think with this shadow work and seek healing, there is something about you being able to extend this invitation or put yourself in this like this place of like, it seems like healing a potential rejection wound, or being scared of failure here. It's like this potential rejection wound is the thing that I think that you found like a loophole here to not have to work on in yourself, because you're seeing that this person is so determined to make up for something or to be forgiven for something that it's like, okay, well, cool. If I milk that for a while, then there's a lot less of a chance of me being rejected here. And this person can work on their, finding the key to whatever, like what I was saying in part one. This person, they are someone who, like, it's this real internal thing that they have that's just like an integral part of them to have this fuel, have this fire, have this burn. They want success. They have this drive. And so they're worried about the success of the situation just because that's who they are. But I want to say with failure and grief, this person's lesson is not to learn how to fail. This person's lesson is not to like learn how to like run themselves into the ground and see that that's not working. No, when they run themselves into the ground, they're like actually going to run themselves into the ground. Like the situation will just be done. That's not a lesson for them. So if you're thinking like it's on them, they got to figure out how to like use that Knight of Wands energy, that action energy, and come to me vulnerably, that doesn't make sense. I can understand the idea of somebody thinking like, okay, well, I'm waiting for this person to, figure this out about themselves. They need to heal. They need to go through their own shadow and find their way to themselves. Because I did that. You guys have different experiences. If you're in like the divine feminine energy, that's a whole different experience than divine masculine energy, especially if this is like, which I don't really fully see this way, but if you have ingrained like if you have this, or if you've internalized this idea that like the masculine has to be the masculine and the feminine has to be the feminine, well then if this is how you're operating, then you lost sight of your end of things a long time ago. But you're seeing that this person's trying to figure out this thing. It's like they're showing you they've got the action in them. They've got the determined force and drive. Well, they're gonna lose that eventually like running themselves into the ground to try and get this thing. So at a certain point, it's almost like you may not even know, you're kind of like, if you're waiting for this person to run themselves into the ground so that when they finally do and they, you know, they failed, and the grief that they feel from that, if that is something you're saying, like, yeah, that's your lesson, like that's what are you learning from that? It's like, no, this person's just experiencing grief because they couldn't get to you. And you made it their job the whole time. The divine feminine here leads with love, leads with vulnerability. Is not interested in just doing things right. This person, they see from you, they learn from you. With stay in integrity with this road, this person they're trying to do everything right. That's where this movie Whiplash, if you haven't seen that movie, you should watch that movie. Now, there's also something here about somebody in the past moving through this kind of motion in some way, and then somebody else I want to say this is a role that you were put in, this Knight of Wands energy in your past. And you maybe had like a teacher or like somebody in your life growing up that just wanted you to achieve, like to not stop, just achieve perfection. And there was no time to celebrate the success of something, right? It was like, no, we want to drill down that you should always be worried about the success of something, even when you're the most successful at it. That seems like something that has never been fully healed. That seems like something that hasn't been given presence. Because like there's this really ingrained workhorse that you had in the past that you had no choice but to bring out. And you might be seeing that mirrored through this situation where this person has that. And they have no choice in the situation but to bring that out. Because they're worried about something, about your forgiveness, about doing this right, about your if they're going to lose your love, and they're trying. It just seems like you're not, like, you have, like I was saying, you've got the cigarette in your pocket, they've got the lighter in theirs, but if you want to sit down and smoke that cigarette with that person, you have to be like able to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to ask this person if you can use their lighter, and to not let the fear of them not letting you use their lighter like get in the way. Because this person, it's like they're still trying to figure out what the goal is. You guys need this smoke break like really badly, otherwise it's like you only get one. I feel like this is something where you, with the past and higher power, this is something where you guys had another shot at something, another run at something. I also have happiness here. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. I don't think either of you guys are. And I think right now, like you're trying to get there. Like I was saying, that's that end goal, right? But you guys don't know how to get there. And it's like, if you're not doing this alongside each other, you're doing it together. Like you guys make each other happy. This person's chasing the thing to find to make you happy again. I think that you're wanting this person to find that thing so that you can feel comfortable finally being vulnerable again. You being vulnerable, if you're wanting that with this person, it's not their responsibility to figure out how to make you vulnerable. It's yours. So if this is something where you were trying to heal this bond again, you're getting another opportunity, but you have to choose to show up. You have to choose to be vulnerable. You have to choose to ask this person if you can use their lighter. This person needs the drink of water that you have here.